Welcome back to the rest of the story. Well, it was inevitable. We had to get it done, but it was time to attack this glass. The 8235, as many of you probably are aware of, had been hit by a bird. We're assuming a pigeon or something flew into it just by the way the crack originally. Well, when we first found it, this wasn't busted out. We did it when we shut the door after finding it, and it all busted out. But oddly enough, we've come to the conclusion that for how cold it was, this happened back when it was 20 below consistently for that week or two. And we figure a bird or something must have fallen into it because it was perfectly fine one night. And we came out the next morning and it had a very clear impact spot where it was seemed kind of suspicious that it looked like it could have been a bird. And we're just going to go with that. Now we're getting this canvas put down over the hood to prevent any dings, cuts, or dents. And this stuff, the shop vac is the easiest way to do this. The only problem I had, which I tried and it didn't really work that well. Ryan's got a 5-gallon pail on the steps to the down off the screen that you can't see. What I tried to do, which it made sense at the time, was I tried to take both my hands around each on the inside and the outside of the glass and tried to just kind of hold it together. But the problem is, it seemed like a good idea until you grabbed it with both hands, the pressure of your hands, and it would literally just crumble. And it was kind of frustrating. The ground below the tractor is full of glass. Probably what I'll end up doing before it gets beat into the ground too much. It's just that light, loose dirt that's in the shed anyway. We'll just get a couple of 5-gallon pails or a bag or a great old feed bag or something. Take a scoop shovel and we'll scoop up the lion's share of it, which shouldn't be too much because it all fell pretty well straight underneath the tractor. What I was trying to do with the vacuum here, I was just trying to pick it up out of all the nooks and crannies that we really see how that stuff, you hardly have to look at it and it collapses out. But what I was trying to do is just try to pick all the glass out of the nooks and crannies of the tractor because there's a lot of places for it to hide. But overall, this job really wasn't too bad. The worst part, which I didn't get on camera, was taking the seal out, the adhesive. I believe it's urethane. Don't quote me on that because honestly, I have no idea. It wasn't until this glass broke that I even noticed that it was pretty well glued into the cab. I, for some reason, thought it was bolted on, held on by something. I guess it's just one of those things that it's there and you never take the time to notice that it's glued in. But it's a pretty strong glue adhesive because we actually had to break down and simply just took a knife to it, and we had a really sharp, it's not a box cutter, was it a breakaway blade or something, but it was sharp enough and it was thin enough that we were able to cut it really clean, really flush, right to the cab, right down to the paint, without taking off too much of the paint. So the plans are, the dealership has had the window in since this happened. They ordered it literally the same day because we called them up and said, hey, guess what? We need a window. So they have it. It's up their shop. It's in where nobody's going to break it. We could have brought it home and put it in the house, and nobody would have bothered it. But up until just recently here, we weren't sure who was going to do this. We are planning on having them come down and do this right at the farm. I haven't talked to him as of recently, but that is still the current plan. All it really should take now that this is the worst part, was getting the glass cleaned up and all the old sealer adhesive off. But from what I understand, all we have to do is unhook the hood on the back end by the cab and it'll fold up. This is what I was told. Haven't tried it yet. And it'll give us enough room. Granted, we'll probably have to do something with the windshield wiper, either bungee it up out of the way or something. And it should give us enough room for that glass to get the new windshield back in. My only concern is for the new adhesive, is it going to adhere right to the window and done, or are we going to have to stand there or try to support it in some way, shape, or form? I guess those are questions I'm going to have to ask the guy yet. And the guy that, from what I understand, is going to do it, you guys have all seen him in the previous videos. That was our John Deere salesman from Sloan's, Alex Beckus. But other than that, we have just been doing some random, well, not even all that random. We are getting ready for planting. In basically its simplest form, I have been working on doing the boundaries around our farms lately. I don't have to do all the farms. I have 3 in particular. I have 1 done. The only problem is that it's getting in the 30s and the fields are mush. So what I've been doing is having to go out early in the morning when it's still in the 20s and been running some of the fields. 1 farm is done. I have to do the waterways on it, and I have 2 other farms to do yet. Given 4 to 6 hours, I'm really confident I can do them all. I mean, running boundaries it's pretty simple. It's rather important. We took it really didn't understand how important it is to use this technology as it's available. And when we got this 12-row planter with the row shutoffs, that saved the amount of seed we've gone through by a fairly large margin. That first year we took back 11 bags at $300 a bag. Do the math, folks. But the last couple days I haven't posted. I guess that, to be fair, that's not something that's very common from me. I've been trying to post somewhat consistently every day, whether it be something rather than nothing at all. I guess I got to thank some of my viewers, some of you guys. I've had more than 1, more than 2. I've had a couple. People contact me wondering if things are okay. Things have been fine. I've also had a couple people, 2 in particular, that apologized for previous comments that they were concerned were offensive to me. They were not seen in any negative light as far as I'm concerned. Nothing that I saw anyway. I guess it just goes to show how much you guys care that I keep posting videos, which is a task. It's another, I'm going to say, a chore at times throughout the day. It's done late in the day, later at night, and I've had some things going on here lately in the last few days that have been keeping me from being able to get anything loaded, or I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't even filmed anything the last few days. So I have another video coming out tomorrow night. I hope you guys appreciate it. It's not something I'll say right now, it's not something I'm going to do consistently. Don't call me Ryan because it's not something that you typically have ever gotten from me in the past. But I gave it a shot because I've had people ask me for a video such as this, and I was in the process of cleaning up some files, and I figured, why not? I'll at least do something. So take it for what it's worth, guys. Try to be open-minded for what I did, for what it is. I think it's a pretty decent video for the time I had to put into it. But it's, yeah. I guess you guys have to wait to see tomorrow night and see what you think. But just keep in mind, I won't be doing, it's not like I'm going to do videos like that every week, every month, every 6 months. But anyways, as you can see, one of the rare times that I'm able to climb in and out of this tractor through the front window. Hopefully it's the last time, because this really wasn't, yeah. If you're wondering what just happened, the vacuum just quit. It threw a bunch of sparks, some fire, and that was the end of the vacuum cleaner. Yeah, and that's the end of this video too. Well, I thank you guys for watching, and look forward to tomorrow night's video. I have something else here on the computer I gotta get done, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. Oh, I won't be, but you know what I mean. So take care, take it easy, keep in touch. Bye.